or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always, told out of Voice of Radio. So today we need to have a good old look at a couple of trademarks that have been filed for the Pokémon TCG, and it's a usual deal here, where technically they have been filed under Class 28, which is games, toys, and playthings, which includes TCG, but look, I've been doing this for a while now, working with people like the lovely Primal Lugia and Matthew Arrive and Immunity. We're pretty good at this. And all of the sets that I show you here, they're all trademarks that we've seen before. At the moment, we're currently in the reveal cycle for Paradise Dragona, and Paradise Dragona is a trademark I showed you a while ago at this point. Similarly, we're not going to, but we could go back for a whole, basically every set, alright? So, it's not guaranteed, it's not 100% official, but my hit rate here, and by my hit rate I really mean myself and the people I'm working with, it's really very, very good, so I'd ask for a little bit of faith in this one. But I'm also going to tell you what it's not. Now, the good news is we've got two trademarks here, presumably for a double set, and there isn't much supposition that needs to be done. We've got Black Bolt and White Flare. I mean, it's Reshiram and Zekrom. Like, at this stage, I really don't think there's much of a counter-argument here. Black Bolt, well, Zekrom is black and lightning type. And White Flare, Reshiram is white and fire type. So, I'm not really taking counter-arguments at this point. Sometimes we get set names and we don't know exactly what it's going to be, and sometimes it's incredibly obvious. Now, the leader for most obvious set name ever was Eevee Heroes. I don't think we'll ever have a more obvious name than Eevee Heroes, but I do think that Black Bolt and White Flare are basically not quite as obvious as Eevee Heroes, but just a step down. I really don't think there's much of a sensible counter-argument here. It's Reshiram and Zekrom. It's got to be Reshiram and Zekrom. So, before we get too deep into it, there are a bunch of things I've already seen that we need to just dispel at the beginning. Hey, does this mean Gen 5 remakes are coming? No! Why would this mean Gen 5 remakes are coming? Just because there's going to be a Reshiram and Zekrom set? So there has to be Gen 5 remakes? Come on. That is spurious at best. Now, as always, I can't tell you for absolute certain that there's not going to be a black and white remake, I suppose. And at some point, there is going to be a black and white remake. Pokemon are clearly going through all of the remakes, all of the generations remaking them. So, yeah, I'm sure at some point there'll be a black and white remake. Does this mean there's going to... No! It just means it's a Reshiram and Zekrom set. That's it. That is literally all it tells us. We know that Pokemon Legends ZA is coming. That is going to be the next game up. So imagine that we're going to be having sets about that before we actually have any sets about a potential black and white remake, which I'm sure are coming at some point, but no. No. Let ZA come and get sets around that. Because remember, Legends Arceus, we did get Legends Arceus expansions in the Pokemon TCG. You know, we had Astral Radiance, which was the most blatant of them, but we did have Legends Arceus sets in the Pokemon TCG. So presumably we're going to have Legends ZA expansions in the Pokemon TCG. So that's something to look forward to. That's something that we can enjoy. But we're going to get them before any black and white remake sets. There is nothing here whatsoever to suggest black and white remakes are coming. Hey, are these going to be sets based on Pokemon Legends ZA? No, why would they be? Pokemon Legends ZA is clearly Gen 6. Reshiram and Zekrom are Gen 5. So no. One of the more awkward things we've had, however, is of course that we had the reveal of N's Reshiram. That was one of the reveals that came down at the Pokemon World Championships, where they showed us these owners Pokemon that are going to be coming back. And that was a thing, and that was properly shown off. So what are we doing with this? Well, one thing I need to just tell you at the beginning, because this is really important. Ends Reshiram and the inevitable Reshiram EX, which is coming in White Flare, there's no connection here. Like, at all. Yes, we are getting Ends Reshiram, that has been confirmed. Yes, the fact that we are getting a set called White Flare pretty much guarantees a Reshiram EX. Not confirmed, but as good as confirmed. I don't see why one has anything to do with the other. There are 2 Reshiram cards coming in different sets. That's it. Now, one of the interesting things you'll notice, we didn't have time to get to it at the reveal at Worlds because, well, you know, there was a lot going on at Worlds. I had to get that video out as fast as possible. We had to keep to the most important information. But you'll notice if you look at the bottom left of the card, there's no actual set name here. There's no set symbol. That has been very obviously and deliberately left off of the card. Pokemon aren't giving anything away. But remember, we've got battle partners. That is another trademark that was filed a little while ago by Pokemon. So battle partners is coming at some point. Well, this is blatantly going to be from there. I don't think that's a particularly controversial statement. We have a bunch of owners Pokemon like Ends Reshiram and actually way more excitingly Ends Zoroark. Yeah, they're coming. And we have a set which, again, hasn't been officially revealed, but we've seen enough to know it's coming. And we've seen the trademark and all of that. Blatantly, Battle Partners is a set introducing Owners Pokemon. That's another one where we know Owners Pokemon are coming. We know that there's a set called Battle Partners coming, and we don't know, but we're pretty sure. You know, they kind of go together really quite easily. But then we also have this new set, and the answer essentially is, and I can't say this for absolute certainty, of course, but I'm incredibly sure about the fact that these are just different sets. There is a set called Battle Partners, which is going to be bringing in Owners Pokemon, including Ends Pokemon. And then there are going to be a double set called White Flare and Black Bolt, which are bringing in Reshiram and Zekrom EX. They are different sets, and they are essentially unconnected. Are the Reshiram and Zekrom Owners Pokemon? Could be. We don't know. We don't know if the Owners Pokemon gimmick is going to be still going on when we get Black Bolt and White Flare. It might be, it might not. Hang on a second. We're blatantly going to have Ends Reshiram EX. Are we? Because I've seen that suggested, and I see no reason why that has to be true. And sure, we're expecting to get an Ends Zekrom at some point, but there's nothing that says these sets have to have Ends Zekrom EX and Ends Reshiram EX. And to be clear, expect there to be EXs. Like, if we look at Pokemon TCG sets over in Japan, you know, look at Paradise Dragona, over on the front of the pack, we've got ourselves Alolan Executor and Latias that get EXs. Now, to be clear, Latios actually didn't, so sorry about that, but 2 out of 3 ain't bad, as some musicians might say. Super Electric Breaker hasn't been officially revealed yet, but it's going to be the Pikachu set, and obviously we're getting a Stellar Terra Pikachu that has actually been confirmed that card is coming, although we've not seen it. You know, Night Wanderer is a set that gave us Pecharunt and the Loyal Free, and they all got EXs in the set. So, just to be 100% clear, yes, the fact that it's clearly a Reshiram set and a Zekrom set, that does mean we're getting Reshiram and Zekrom EX. I am very, very, very confident about this. But similarly, there is absolutely no reason why they have to be Ends Reshiram and Zekrom, or, you know, one of them has to be Ends Pokemon. So the fact that we've got a regular Reshiram coming in what is going to be an earlier set doesn't mean we're not getting Ends Reshiram. And I've seen people suggesting that maybe the fact that we're getting a Reshiram and a Zekrom set means that we're not actually going to be getting Ends Reshiram in Battle Partners, or whatever the English equivalent is, that they're going to hold it for a later set. Now, that makes no sense. We're getting Battle Partners with Ends Pokemon. We're getting a Zekrom and a Reshiram set. Those 2 statements seem very much to be true, but there doesn't necessarily need to be a connection between them. Now, if you're asking me for my opinion, I do think that Black Bolt is going to come with Ends Zekrom, and I think the Reshiram will be somebody else, But that's mostly just me speculating. I don't really have much proof for that. That's just what I believe is going to happen. Are they going to be full-on Gen 5 themed sets? I don't know. That'd be kind of cool, honestly. I'd be up for it. But I can't tell you one way or another whether they're going to be full-on Gen 5 sets or whether they are just going to be sets with Reshiram and Zekrom. Wish I could give you the answer. What I do know is I'm a Gen 5 fanboy, and my favourite generations probably, but 1 and 7 also get up in there. So it's hard to pick a favourite generation when you're a massive Pokemon nerd. The point I'm making is there is enough here to get excited about. There is enough here to speculate on, and I think the only thing we can say really for certain is that they are Reshiram and Zekrom sets, and that means they're going to come with Reshiram and Zekrom EX. Those are the only things I'm willing to say with absolute certainty. Everything else at this stage is speculation, but as you guys probably know by now, as you guys hopefully know by now, I've been doing this a while. I am getting pretty good at this stuff. I think so anyway. But I'd like to know your thoughts, your opinions, your theories, your speculation, and anything else you'd like to tell me. So let me know in the comment section, would ya? Go nuts! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk about Pokemon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, join a Discord, and all kinds of fun things. And get shoutouts on the channel like the lovely Stegaraptor, who's been a supporter of ours for a while now and is a very lovely person. So shout out to them for the support and the loveliness. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.